r/rules horror. Posted by u/Lilbugthecutie. Guide of Working as a Maid at Grand Valley Orphanage Episode 1, The Life of a Worker. Greetings. I am Mrs. Neverland, the founder of this orphanage. I see you are a new maid here. I have a guide that you can follow and you'll be alright. You also have a list of rules you must follow precisely. Then on your shift, you'll be great. Please read the guidelines down this paper. Mrs. Neverland. Maid Guide. A1. When starting your shift, you will be given a shift card. It has your face, name, age, and description. Your other co-workers have this. Do not lose your shift card. Nobody will recognize you and will not acknowledge you. A2. All your co-workers are peers and friends. They will help you when you start. Treat them with respect and kindness. The people who didn't follow this, have been missing or left unknowingly. A3. You and your co-workers have a staff room with a room for all, a bathroom, and a table with a coffee cup and a cookie container. Take these when you need them. They are completely unlimited and fresh to eat and drink. A4/3 Vertical bar. In the morning, you always have to serve milk. The milk that is red is spoiled. The milk that is pink is fresh. Always take the red one for the ones who have twitching eyes. It is for those who don't seem like them. Always give the pink one to the kids who seem normal. A4/4 In the evening, you always serve orange juice or chocolate milk. Serve the orange juice during Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Chocolate milk is served Tuesday and Thursday. Follow this routine and you'll always be safe. A5 At night, when all the children is tucked in and in a room, you must always close the door. Some kids have gone missing or taken away by them. A6 Always close and lock the door of the bedroom hallways. Always lock the balcony doors so that they don't come in. A7 You might hear screaming or stabbing noises. Ignore it. It is completely normal. A8 When the telephone rings, answer it, and if it's a parent who wants to take their own child back, politely say that they are calling the wrong number. If the phone starts glitching, hang up and cover the telephone with a cloth from the garden shed. A9 Always close the blinds/curtains at night exactly during 8 p.m. Do the same for 6 a.m. If you don't do this, you might hear whispers and see mysterious figures appear uninvited. Ignore it. You are just hallucinating. A10 During midnight, when you are in the bathroom, you might see a complete copy of yourself behind you in the mirror. Do not make direct eye contact and break eye contact and look down. They are here. They are just visitors who want to see you. A11 When the alarm of a flood goes off during midnight, get all of the orphans to the bunker and lock the door and leave the children who are shaking. They are not them. A12 When the fire alarm goes off, evacuate all of the orphans out. Even the ones who shake. To know what alarm it is, fire alarm, flood, gas leak, etc., the intercom will say so and then you'll know. A13 When you are cleaning the orphanage, never ever go in the attic or basement. To those who do, have mysteriously died or have not been seen. A14 When the telephone rings and static comes out, they are visiting the orphanage. You must clean every nook and cranny of the orphanage. They like to see how special they are. A15 Never go on the balcony past children's bedtime. They will push you off the balcony and land you in the lake and you won't survive. This only happens during the weekend. A16 During the weekend, you will always go for a picnic. Always grab the cakes and cupcakes and grab any drink. Those days, eating is optional. But it's only when it's for the daily activities. During dinner and breakfast for the weekend, the routine is the same. A17 Me or the co-founder will call your name. Never go to the room past bedtime. It is not me. A18 During daily activities, when it is class time, you might see already drawn pictures or words on the chalkboard. It is just the visitors. They like to play with things. A19 In the morning, always give the orphans their prescripted medication. Same for you. You should take your prescripted medication so that your day can move smoothly. A20 In the high cabinets, we have all the medication we need. If one isn't prescripted by a doctor or therapist, immediately throw it out and continue your day. They have put it in there. A21 They might play little pranks in the orphanage. Do not tell them to stop. They are doing this because they are allowed to. A22 Lastly, never touch paintings in the orphans' rooms. You'll become them. You finished reading the worker guidelines. You were very confused, but followed the rules. One day, you decided to go in the library. You saw a book called The Life of an Orphanage Worker. You opened the book. It was by one of the veteran workers of Grand Valley Orphanage. Hello reader. You might be reading this and be confused. My shift has been going perfect during times. Will this describe mine? Well, no. This is a story about me and my experiences working here. Enough blabber. Let's just start. Chapter 1, My First Day. I woke up in my bed. It was 30 minutes before my shift would commence at Grand Valley. I got ready and wore the assigned uniforms. They were needed. I left for the orphanage and arrived. Hello. Are you the new maid working here? Somebody said. It was one of my co-workers. Yeah. I'm new here, I've read the guidelines. I don't need a lecture. I'd laugh. Ha. Newcomers always say that. Anyways, you are just in time before the orphans wake up. I don't think they explained your maid calms. They have an app for messaging other co-workers, and it has any news. It also has any work plans you can claim. The unknown co-worker would look at you. Oh. Alright. Should I tell the other workers I'm starting my shift? I'd ask. Sure. You can. The worker would say. I checked the maid comms and claimed for giving out beverages. I said I would start my shift. All of the other workers greeted me. I don't know what's so creepy about this place. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't know what was coming. 7 a.m. Breakfast. I served out beverages to the orphans. It was really normal until I heard a scream. More milk. More milk. I went to see it was an orphan twitching their eye. I gave them a cup of spoiled milk and they chugged it. After they finished, I was serving other orphans. They made strong eye contact with me. Can I help you? I'd cut myself off after. The orphan leapt onto my stomach and starting scratching my face. I immediately screamed until I fainted. That was the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Wounding souls of them. I woke up in the infirmary. I had no idea what was going on. I asked what was happening. The infirmary nurse said I had been attacked by an orphan. They said they rather wouldn't speak for it. I was requested to leave and that I was in perfect condition. I just had a few scratches. It was already showers. I decided to go in the staff room and go to the bathroom to check my scars. Luckily, they were not wounding or deep, fatal. But when I was about to leave, I saw a complete copy of myself behind me. I had read the guidelines and this already happened on my first day. 8:10. During midnight, when you are in the bathroom, you might see a complete copy of yourself behind you in the mirror. Do not make direct eye contact and break eye contact and look down. They are here. They are just visitors who want to see you. It was the first thing to come to mind when I looked in the mirror. I quickly looked down and closed my eyes. I opened them and looked up carefully. It seems the visitor had left. I decided to leave the bathroom with washing my hands. I then saw another worker. She was a caregiver as it said on her shift card. I approached to her and asked. Excuse me, sorry to bother, but do you know what entity can shapeshift into copies of people? She quickly turned her head, smiled. The first thing she said was, oh dear. You must be hallucinating. Surely it was just a figment of mind. I was surprised how calm she was. People really ignore this, that's weird. Oh, you must be lying. I know they are just commanding you to say that. I said in a grouchy voice. Fine. I'm being sarcastic. I guess they never said the name of the entity in the guidelines. My name is Lillian. I have been here since 3 years. You can apparently talk to the entity. They are named Polygon Shifter. Weird name. But I think you'll get used to it. Come on. We have to make dinner. She took my hand and dragged me to the kitchen. I decided to serve beverages again. It was Monday. I needed to serve orange juice. Hopefully nothing happens. I served the orange juice on trays and carefully moved from each side of the table so the children wouldn't launch at me. They seemed worn out so they didn't say anything about the milk. I gave them one by one and also added a hint of medication in for the weird orphans and told them it was just a special sugar. Wow. You are pretty good at this. I wish I could do that, Tilda. It was the same girl I saw at the start of my shift. Oh. Thank you. It really just needs some work. Also, I never got your name? I'd ask. My name is Gracie. I am very surprised how you can do this. She'd say as she would walk away. It was now time for dormitories. I took 5 orphans to bed, each tucking them and closing the door. I locked it as they would say. But when I was about to close one door, I overheard a knife. It seemed like it stabbed somebody. I quickly went back in the room and saw an orphan who stabbed another. I was in shock. I don't know how I can do this. I quickly ran to the orphan with the bloody knife and took the knife and threw it in the painting. It, however, seeped into the painting slowly. I watched then saw the orphan was biting my hands commanding me to get off. I used the paddle I was given by Lillian, the caregiver, and picked the orphan up and took her to quarantine. Before I did, I said one maid comms that in the second room in the first hallway, that an orphan was stabbed and is sobbing, their stomach was wounding. As I said, I saw a butler, maid come in and they took the orphan to the infirmary. I then took the orphan in my hands to quarantine and locked the door. 20:30 p.m. military time, night time. I went in the staff room and saw I could claim isolation, night patrol. I never knew what that was, but I was sure tired from the day. So I decided to put on pajamas they gave us. It was a maid-looking gown that was white and had a cross on the gloves that came with it. I put away my shift card and went in the specific room I was meant to be in. I placed the shift card on the billboard, locking my door and closing the blinds so nobody would disturb. Then I heard a knock on the door. I quickly put my shift card back on and opened the door. It was Lillian. "Hello there. Oh, I didn't catch your name. What is your name again?" she asked as she stood straight. "Oh. My name is Emma. What do you need, Lillian?" I'd ask as I peeked my head on the door. "Well. Why are you sleeping this early?" Lillian was confused and her head was titled. "Oh. Today was a tiring day. Am I supposed to do something?" I would ask and hesitated and thought if I was in trouble. No. But a child wants you. Don't ask me why. They are in the upstairs area. Be careful though. That is where the crazy orphans lie," she would say, staring in my eyes. "Oh. All right. I'll see what I can do." I would walk past her and went in the upstairs area. I then saw a child looking at me like they would need me. I walked in and asked, "Dear, what do you need this late?" I would ask. "Cup of milk," they would say, staring in my eyes with strong eye contact. Creepy. "Dear, we only serve milk during mealtimes. Would you take water?" I would ask with my hand on their hand. "Milk," they would scream. The other orphans there heard it and the orphan was ready to launch at me, but I held their hands tightly. The other orphans came in the room pulling her back from me. She held out a knife trying to stab me. I never knew this behavior would act here. Fiona. Soft hands. An orphan would yell, pulling her and threatening her that he would stab her. "Let go. Get off, $. I was fuming and took the knife out and put it in the painting as I seeped in the painting. I slapped her with my paddle and held her to the isolation place. "Get to bed, children," I would say in a calm tone. That was the end of chapter 2.